Hello, everyone. This is already the third lesson, right? Good to see you all. Okay, our live stream class will start in 2 minutes. So right now, everybody, please prepare your handout. Also, if you haven't printed out, then you can use a blank paper, okay? And then everyone use your pencil and eraser. Right now, if you want to go to the toilet or you want to drink some water, then just take your time, okay? We will start soon.没有声音吗？刚刚有家长说在直播间没有声音。Everybody, if you can hear me clearly, please type 1 in the chat box. If you cannot, then type 2, please. 这次可以听到吗？ Everyone, if you can hear me, then type 1 in your chat box. If you cannot, then type 2, please. Oh, okay. Okay, everyone, welcome to today's class. So this is already the third week for our Sasmo preparation, right? I'm so glad to see all of you already submit your homework. And also, as for today's class, it is still Teacher Jane that will go through the topic with all of us. And you can see today we will talk about the time and calendar problem, which is very analysis. Every year we will have the question about the time and calendar. And you can also see that in 2019, the question was still at the place of question 5, but after that it will go to like around question 14. So that means the difficulty level is higher than before, right? So everybody, we need to pay more attention to this type of question. Okay, so everybody, firstly, before we start, let's warm up a little bit. Start with some easy questions. So my first question is, can you tell me there are how many minutes in 1 hour? How many minutes in 1 hour? Yeah, 60, right? Good job. And then we can see there are how many hours in 1 day? How many hours in 1 day? Yes, 24. So everybody, we can see this is midnight, right? Do you know what is the time for midnight? Is it A or B? Is it 12 a.m. or B, 12 p.m.? Type in your chat box. A or B, the midnight. Yes, that will be 12 a.m. because we know a.m. means the time is in the morning. So because midnight is also the start of the new day, right? So we say this is 12 a.m. Okay? And then everybody, I got another question. How about in the morning? Teacher Jane got up and then I have my breakfast. Then everybody, can you tell me, should Teacher Jane have my breakfast at 7 a.m. or 7 p.m.? 7 p.m. should be not the breakfast, right? It should be the dinner. Okay, then everybody, let's see. How about the noon? Should we say it is 12 a.m. or B, 12 p.m.? Yeah, the correct answer should be 12 p.m. because we can see p.m. means the time in the afternoon, and the noon is also the start of the afternoon, right? So it is 12 p.m. Then let's see. In the afternoon, should we say 1:30 a.m. or 1:30 p.m.? A or B? Yeah, we should say p.m., right? Then the next question, in the evening, should we say 6:30 a.m. or 6:30 p.m.? A or B? Yes, B, p.m., right? And then at night, we can say, should we say this is 10 a.m. or 10 p.m.? p.m., right? Then the last question, everybody. This is the midnight. And then should we say 12 a.m. or 12 p.m.? Somebody say B. I will be so sad, everybody. Have you noticed that this is just the same as the one in the beginning? Yeah, we should say this is 12 a.m. because this is the start of the next day. Everybody, can you understand? Give me a big thumbs up. Okay, good job. So this time we can say before noon. Before noon, we always use a.m. And afternoon, we always use p.m. So if you still get confused about this one, you can have a screenshot. I give you 5 seconds, okay? Okay, then everybody, let's move on. This time, let's take a look. How can we find the duration? Duration means from when to when. How long will it take? So we can see Derek started playing computer games at 11:45 a.m. Okay, my first question is a.m. Is it in the morning or in the afternoon? Yeah, in the morning, right? And then we can see he stopped playing at 2:30 p.m. This one in the afternoon already, right? And then we can see if he took a lunch break from 1:20 p.m. to 1:55 p.m. How long did he play computer games? That is how many hours, how many minutes? Okay, so everybody, this one, let's try. I want you to try by yourself first. I give you 2 minutes first, then we will discuss together. So we will get back at around 4:08, okay? 4:08. Everybody, try this question by yourself. 2 minutes. Everybody be careful. It's the lunch break within the time from 11:45 to 2:30. Be careful. Okay, good job. I already received some results, some answers. Okay, everybody, time is up. Okay, if you still haven't finished it, you can take a look with Teacher Jane together. So we can see when we find the time duration, if sometimes it is quite hard, you can use a timeline to help you. Okay, everybody, we just draw a timeline on the left side. This means the time in the past. On the right side, this means the time in the future. Okay, so everybody, this time we can see we started playing the computer game at 11:45. And then we can see we stopped playing at 2:30 p.m. So we can see if we just want to directly know how long will it take, we just directly find the duration for the whole part, right? But everybody, have you noticed that because it was the lunchtime, right? So he took a lunch break from 1:20 p.m. to 1:55. That means within this duration from 1:20 p.m. to 1:55. Did he also play the computer games? No. So do we really need to calculate this part as well? No need. So what we need to do is just to calculate, how long is it for the total of these two parts, right? Everybody, if you can understand this, give me a big thumbs up or type 1 in the chat box. Okay, so everybody, we can see this part is quite important. So for this question, if we want to know these two parts is how many, there are two ways to calculate. The first way is that you can calculate what is the total from 1:45 to 2:30, or another way is just you directly calculate these two parts and then plus them together. Okay, let me repeat. The first way is that you can find the total of the whole part and then minus the break time. The whole part minus the break time. Or another way is that you plus the duration 1 with the duration 2. Okay, both ways are correct. So this time, maybe Teacher Jane want to just directly find what is the duration of the two parts and then plus them together. So everybody, we can see here. How can we find from 11:45 to 1:20? It takes how long? So everybody, every time when we do this kind of question, we can always find the full clock, the complete clock first. So for example, we can see what is the closest time to 11:45. It should be 12 a.m. or p.m. Type in your chat box. It should be 12 p.m., right? And if we want to go to 12 p.m., it will take how many minutes? Another 15 minutes, right? Okay, then everybody, let's see. What is the next hour? Yeah, it is still not 1:20 yet, right? What is the next hour? Yes, 1 p.m. So from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m., it takes how long? Yeah, we need another 1 hour, right? Okay, and then it will be 1 p.m. Then everybody, let's see. From 1 p.m. to 1:20 p.m., what is the duration here? Yes, that will be 20 minutes, right? Okay, so everybody, this time you can calculate here. Okay, so everybody, we can see. This time you can calculate by yourself first. Okay, so everybody, we can see the duration 1 is just takes 15 minutes plus 1 hour plus 20 minutes. So how long is it? Yeah, that will be 1 hour 35 minutes. Then everybody, this time let's move on. How about the second duration? Just now we said duration 1 is 1 hour 35 minutes. Then this time let's see duration 2. Okay, so we can see duration 2, it is 1:55 p.m. So the next hour should be 2 p.m., right? Okay, let me use another color to label 2 p.m. And then there will be another 5 minutes, right? And then from 2 p.m. to the next hour, is it already 2:30 p.m.? No, not yet. So we need another hour, right? Okay, so we just have another 1 hour. Then it will become 2 p.m. in the afternoon. And then everybody, we can see from 2 p.m. to 2:30 p.m., it is how long? Yeah, that will be another 30 minutes. Everybody label the timeline together with Teacher Jane, okay? And then this time we can see the duration 2 will be 5 minutes with another, oh, sorry. Oh, it is already 2 p.m. Oh, sorry, everybody. It is 2 p.m. already. It is 2 p.m. already. 5 minutes. And then this part is just 30 minutes, right? Okay, so we can see that will be 5 minutes plus another 30 minutes equals 35 minutes. Okay, so everybody, we can see if we want to find the total of duration 1 and 2, then we just plus them together, 1 hour 35 minutes with another 35 minutes. So we can see the answer should be 1 hour 70 minutes. Am I correct, everybody? Am I correct? Is it okay? Do we have any hour that have 70 minutes? No, we don't have, right? So we need to turn this 70 minutes to another 1 hour. So it will become 2 hour 10 minutes. Okay, so everybody, here is the final answer. Okay, and because this is a word problem, we also need to write the answer statement. The answer should be 2 hour 10 minutes. Good job. Everybody, so we can see here the blank 2 hour 10 minutes. Then after you go back home, you can also try the method 2. That is, you can use the total from 11:45 to 2:30 and then minus the duration of the break time, okay? Then everybody, this time, let's move on to the next question. We can see there are how many days in 1 week? There are how many days in 1 week? 7 days in 1 week, right? And then everybody, we can see starting from Monday, we need to go forward in time. So Monday and then Tuesday and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? And then we can see, how about we go backward in time? If we start in Thursday, start from Thursday. Yeah, that will be Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, Sunday, and then go back to the Saturday, Friday, right? Okay, so everybody, this time let's take a look at the question. If the day after tomorrow will be Monday, what is the day 3 days before yesterday? So this time we can still use the timeline to help us, right? Okay, so everybody, this time you try by yourself first. I give you a hint. We can see the day after tomorrow will be Monday. So, do you still remember last week we said when we get confused about time or age, we can find the time now first, right? So maybe you can just start with what is the time now? I give you 2 minutes until 4:19, okay? Okay, everybody, this time let's take a look. We can see if the day after tomorrow will be Monday. So the day after tomorrow is Monday. Then everybody tell me, how about yesterday? Yesterday should be, tomorrow will be what? Tomorrow will be Sunday. And then today will be Saturday, right? So here we already find today. This is today. And then we want to find 3 days before yesterday, right? So the first question is, yesterday is what? Yeah, yesterday should be Friday. And then 3 days before yesterday. So this time, let's go backward in time. Thursday, Wednesday, then Tuesday. So we can see 3 days before yesterday should be Tuesday. Okay, everybody? All good? So the answer is Tuesday. So everybody, the timeline will be super helpful for us to do, okay? To do the question. Then this time, let's move on. So we can see just now we learned how can we find the day of the week. Go forward in time, go backward in time. And then this time, we will learn how about we know how many days later what is the day of the week. Let's try it together. So everybody, we can see starting from Monday, we go forward in time. So that will be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then everybody, we can see. Can you tell me the next Monday will come how many days later? Let's see if today is Monday. Then 1 day later is Tuesday, 2 days later is Wednesday, 3 days later Thursday, 4 days later Friday, 5 days later Saturday, 6 days later Sunday, and then 7 days later will be another Monday, right? So everybody, actually, after double check, you will notice that 7 days later, every 7 days later will be the same. So everybody, let's write down the note. Every 7 days later will be the same. Okay. Every 7 days later will be the same. Write down the note, everybody. Then, everybody, I get another question. How about 14 days later? Can you tell me what is the day of the week? Yeah, it is still Monday, right? Because everybody, we can see just now teacher didn't say every 7 days later will be the same. So 7 days later is Monday, 2 7 is 14, right? So 14 days later it is also Monday. Then how about 3 sevens? 3 sevens is how many? 21, right? 3 times 7 give us 21. So actually 21 days later also should be Monday. And then another question, 42 days later, the day of the week should be what? Yeah, also Monday, because you can see 6 times 7 equals 42, right? Okay, so you can see because that means 6 complete weeks, 4 weeks have passed, right? So that means 42 days later, it is also Monday. Then everybody, this time, let's see. How about 44 days later? The day of the week is what? 44 days later. Can you tell me? Is there another complete week, full week? No, not really, right? Just now we say 6 complete weeks. 6 full weeks is 42 days. So 44 days, that means another 2 days have passed, right? So this time we get the remainder, we get extra days. Everybody, so we get 2 extra days. For the extra days, we just count one by one. Okay, because we know 42 days later, it is already another Monday. So this time we just count 2 more days. So from Monday, 1 more day is Tuesday and then Wednesday. So 44 days later, the day of the week should be Wednesday. Everybody, if it, until now, all good, give me a big thumbs up and type 1 in the chat box. Oh, somebody say confused. Okay, so what you need to remember, the key thing is that every 7 days later, the day of the week will be the same. Okay, every 7 days later, the day of the week will be the same. And if sometimes we get remainder, for example, everybody, let me clear all of this here. Okay, I clear all of this here. Just now we say 7 days later, it will be another Monday. Then everybody, can you tell me 8 days later will be what? Yeah, because we get one extra day. We get one full week with one extra day. So you can see, we just start from Monday because we know after a full week, we already go back to Monday, right? So we just count another extra day. We just count one extra day. So 8 days later, it will be Tuesday. Okay? Then everybody, I get another question. Just now we say 14 days later, the day of the week is Monday, right? 14 days later, the day of the week is Monday. Then how about 13 days later? Yeah, you can also get back, right? It is very close to 2 full weeks, but not yet. So we can see it should be Sunday, right? Okay, then everybody, this time let's try to do some practice together. Let's see. This year, March 19th falls on a Thursday. A Thursday. What day of the week will it be in 30 days? So everybody, just now we say 7 days later will be the same, right? So in 30 days, that means it is 30 days later. So this time, what we need to do is just to find how many days later. We already know that will be 30 days later, and then divide it by 7 to find how many full weeks are there and how many extra days are there. So everybody, let's see, 30 divided by 7. Okay, so everybody, some of you haven't learned about the remainder before, but it's okay, everybody. Let's firstly think of what number times 7 is very close to 30. Yeah, 4 times 7 is very close to 30, right? 4 times 7 give us how many? 28. So you can see it is very close to 30, but not 30 yet. We still need how many more to become a 30? We need 2 more, right? So that means we get 4 with a remainder 2 of 2. Remainder of 2. Okay, everybody, so you can see here, I just tell you a new concept called as remainder. In the future, you will also learn about this, okay? So 30 divided by 7 give us 4 complete weeks. 4 times 7 give us 28, right? So this is about the 4 weeks, and this is about the extra days. Then we just need to count the days of the week. So everybody, we know every full week go back to the same, right? So we can see what we need to do is just to focus on the extra days, because the full weeks will never influence anything. So we just ignore it, will be fine. So everybody, let's see. When March 19th is a Thursday, so after 4 full weeks, it is also Thursday, right? So what we need to do is just to count 2 more days. So everybody tell me, after Thursday, what is that? Friday. And then another day, Saturday. So for this question, the answer will be Saturday. Okay, so everybody, let's write down the note on your paper. Write your note on your paper. Here are the 3 steps. The first step, find how many days later. Second step, divide by 7 to find the full weeks and the extra days. Third step, count the day of the week. And you can circle the extra days. This one is the most important part, right? Okay, everybody, until now, all good? After you write down the note, you can type 1 in the chat box, okay? First step, find how many days later. Second step, divide by 7 to find the full weeks and the extra days. Third step, count the days of the week. I give you 30 more seconds and then we will move on, okay, everybody? If you want to write down the workings, you can also take your time. Okay, so everybody, this time, let's take a look at this question. So we can see Alice's first day caterpillar club was Tuesday. Okay, so this is the first day. And she wants to throw a party on her 40th day in the club. Okay, so everybody, I get a question. If today is the first day, then the second day is how many days later? Type in your chat box. Today is the first day. The second day is how many days later? 1 day later, right? Then the third day is how many days later? 2 days later, right? Then how about the 10th day? Is how many days later? Yeah, that will be 9 days later. Then in this question, the 40th day is how many days later? The 39 days later, right? So this time we need to be very, very careful because just now we say in 30 days, but this time we say the 40th day. They are different. Everybody, be very careful. So we need to label this time it is 39 days later instead of 40 days later. Be careful. And then everybody, let's divide by 7 to find the full weeks and the actual days. This time, try by yourself. After you get the answer, you can type 1 in the chat box, okay? Or you just type your answer in the chat box, also can. Okay, everybody, this time let's take a look. So we can see what we need to do is just to use the 39 divided by 7. That will give us 5 remainder 4. Somebody may be confused. Why, Teacher Jane, what does it mean by the 5 remainder 4? The 5 means the 4 weeks because we know 7 times 5 is very close. 5 times 7 is very close to 39, right? It is 35, but still not 39 yet. So let's see, how many more do we need? Yeah, we need 4 more, right? So what we need to do is just to get the remainder 4. In the future, after you learn the remainder, you will know how to calculate, okay? So right now, you can use the multiplication to help you understand first. Okay, now you just use the multiplication to understand, but in the future, you will learn about the remainder. Okay, then everybody, we can see the 4 here is the actual days. 4 extra days, right? So this time we can see we can just count the day of the week. So because we can see the first day is Tuesday and we need to count another 4 days. So everybody, let's count together. So today is Tuesday, and then 1 day later should be Wednesday, and then Thursday, then Friday, then Saturday. So 4 days later will be Saturday. The answer here is Saturday. Saturday. Okay, anybody got it correct? Type 1 in the chat box. Okay, this time if you can understand, type 1 in the chat box. Okay, then everybody, this time, just now we also always talk about the clock, and we also talk about the day of the week. This time we will talk about the days in a month, the day in a month. So my first question is, how many days are there in a month? Are they all the same? Always the same? No, not really, right? We can see it depends. So everybody, you can show me your hands like this. We can use the knuckle trick to see, the number of the day per month. So you can see January, we get 31. February, it is lower like a valley. So it is there are fewer days. And then in February, it is quite special. Sometimes it is 28 days, but in the leap year, there are 29 days. And then in March, this is like a small mountain, so more days, 31. Then April Valley is 30, May mountain, 31. Then June Valley, and then July mountain, then August, September, October, November, December. So if you are confused, you can just use a knuckle trick to help you, okay? So everybody, this time we can make a conclusion and review that. Here are the months with 31 days. That will be January, March, May, July, August, October, and December. And then let's read it together. How about the months with 30 days? Yeah, April, June, September, November. How about the February? Everybody, in common year, we get how many days in February? 28. And then in a leap year, that will be 29, right? Okay, so everybody, this time, let's move on. Before we start to do the question, let's see this one. My first question is, how many cats are there from cat 3 to cat 7? Okay, how many cats are there from cat 3 to cat 7? 5, right? This one quite easy. So, everybody, I got a question. Can I use 7 minus 3 equals 4? I want to do 7 minus 3. I use the end minus the start. Am I correct? From cat 3 to cat 7, I just directly use the minus. Am I correct? No, because everybody, you can see, if I use 7 minus 3, that means we use 7 minus 1, 2, 3, 3 cats. But the third cat, do we really need to, we still need it, right? So everybody, we need to plus another one after we do the minus. So everybody, we can see here, let's write down the note. When the count is not starting from 1, you can use the end day minus the start day plus 1, okay? When it is from cat 3 to cat 7, we use the end minus start plus 1. Okay, then everybody, if we already know from cat 3 to cat 7, then still the same in the calendar problem. We can see how many days are there from 3rd August to 7th August 2023. Still the same, right? So teacher Jane just want to use 7 minus 3 equals 4. So there are 4 days. Am I correct? Yes or no? Yes or no? No, right? We need to plus 1, everybody. We need to plus 1. then equals 5. Okay, so everybody be very careful. Okay, then everybody, this time let's take a look. This question, April 14, 2017 is a Friday. Which day of the week is May 1st, 2017? So everybody, we can see this time we start counting from April 14 or start from April 15. Is April 14th included if we want to say how many days later? Just now we say we always find how many days later, right? Okay, everybody, if we want to find how many days later, the first day is not included. Just now we say 7 days later. Every 7 days later. Go back to the same. Go back to the same. So 1 day later, it should be April 15, right? And then 2 days later will be April 16. But everybody, you see here, this time it is from April to May 1st. So maybe we need to split it into 2 parts. The first part is in April. The second part is in May. So everybody, let's take a look. In April, we goes how many days later? Type in our chat box. In April, there are how many days? 30 days, right? So we can see in April, we count how many more days? We just minus the 14, that give us 16, right? So that means 16 days later, it will be the end of April. And in May, we still need to count 1 more day. So in total, that will be how many days later? 16 plus 1 equals 17. So we can see we just need to find 17 days later. What is the day of the week, right? So everybody, this time we already find how many days later. Then we just do division to find the actual days and then see. Okay, so everybody, this time your turn. Do the following ones. We already know we're gonna find 17 days later. What is the day of the week? Then how should we do? I give it 2 more minutes until 4:45, okay? Okay, somebody got it correct. Okay, so everybody, we can see 17 minus 7. We can get how many complete weeks? 4 weeks. 2 full weeks, right? Because we know that 2 times 7 is 14. It is very close to 17, right? Then we still need how many more days? 3 more. So we can see we get a remainder of 3, right? So everybody, can you tell me, if today is Friday, the starting day is Friday, April 14th, then 3 days later, what is the day of the week? Let's count together. 1 day later is Saturday, 2 days later is Sunday, 3 days later is Monday, right? Okay, so everybody, we can see the answer here. It should be Monday. Okay, until now, all good. So we can review this type of question. If we want to find the day of the week, then what we need to do is just to think of, oh, it is how many days later. Every 7 days later, we go back to the same. And then see how many extra days, then count one by one, okay? Then this time, everybody, how about this one? This time, let's level up a little bit. We can see the month of December of a certain calendar year has exactly 5 Saturdays and 4 Sundays. On which day of the week does the first day of December fall? Okay, so we can see, this one is quite confusing. Should we just directly label all of the days one by one? I give you 3 minutes, try it by yourself first, and then we'll discuss together, okay? Everybody try your best. You can use any way that you can think of, okay? 3 minutes, and we will get back at 4:49. Okay, everybody, time is up. Let's take a look. So we can see this question is a little bit different, right? We can see we want to know, if the day of the month of December of a certain calendar year has this many Saturdays and this many Sundays, then what is the first day of the December? So everybody, let's see. In this question, there is a very special thing because you can see, is it possible that a month has only one full week? No, not possible, right? One full week is just 7 days. How comes a month only have 7 days? Or just a little bit more than 7 days, right? So this is not possible. And then we can see, is it possible that a month get only 2 full weeks? That means a month get only 14 days or a little bit more than 14 days. Is it possible? Not possible, right? Then everybody, is it possible that a month has 100 full weeks? That means there are 700 days in a full in the month. Is it possible? No, not really, right? Then how about a month get 1000 full weeks? Is it possible? No, not possible. So we can see, we already know the range of the months, right? Approximate how many days are there in 1 week, in 1 month. So everybody, this time, if we know there are 5 Saturdays in a month, then my first question is there a month with 5 full weeks? That means in this month, we get 35 or more days. Is it possible? Yes or no? Type in the chat box. Yes or no? Is it possible that we get 5 full weeks? No, can never, right? So we can see this part is quite important to us because we know if there are 5 Saturdays in this month, then that means this Saturday must be very special, right? So we can list them out together. So everybody, you can see. Okay, so everybody, let's see. Maybe we can just list down together. So we can see Saturday and Sunday, right? The first Saturday, the first Saturday, second Saturday, the third Saturday, fourth, the fifth Saturday. And then how many Sundays do we have? 4, right? So the first Sunday, the second Sunday, the third Sunday, the fourth Sunday, and then do we have 5 Sundays? No, we don't have. So everybody, can you have a guess? Is it possible that here we get another day in this month? No, we don't have. That means the December end on which day? That means the December ends on Saturday. If you can understand this, type 1 in the chat box. Okay, so everybody, we can see because there are 31 days in December. There are 31 days in December. And we also know this month just end on Saturday. So that means December 31 is just a Saturday. Okay? Can you understand this one? Give me a big thumbs up. Type 1 in the chat box. So December 31 is just a Saturday. And then everybody, if we know December 31 is Saturday, how can we find what is the day of the week of December 1st? The first day of December. This time we need to go back, right? So maybe we just need to find December 1 is how many days ago, right? How many days ago? So everybody, let's see. Can you tell me the first day of December is how many days ago? Okay, maybe we start with an easier question. So we know December 31 is Saturday, right? Then December 30 is how many days ago? 1 day ago. 29, 2 days ago. So we just minus, right? Do the minus. So 31 minus 1 equals 30. So we can see the first day of December is just 30 days ago. All good? Then type 1 in the chat box. Okay, then everybody, this time let's take a look. If we already know that will be 30 days ago, we also know every 7 days it go back to the same. Then we just directly use the 30 divided by 7 equals 4 remainder 2. I just directly tell you, okay? The 4 means 4 full weeks. So this part, is it really important? No, not really. We can even just cancel it, ignore it, right? Then the extra part, the extra day is very important. So everybody, we can see that means we should go back in time for 2 days, right? So we can see 4 full weeks ago, it is still what? Saturday, right? Then we need to count another 2 days. So 1 day ago should be 1 day ago should be Friday, and then 2 days ago should be Thursday, right? So we can see in this question, the answer is Thursday. So the idea is still the same. That is, we need to know how many days later, how many days ago, and then do the division to find the actual day, and then count 1 by 1. That will be enough. Okay, everybody all good? Type 1 in the chat box. Okay, that's great. So everybody, this time, let's make a summary for today. You can have a screenshot. So we can see today, in the beginning, we learned how can we find the duration. That is, we can use a timeline to help us. You can label the start and the ending time, and then add the minutes, go to the nearest o'clock. Then add hour by hour, then add the minutes to reach the ending time. If there are more than one part, you can just add up the durations for each part. And then after that, we also learn how can we find the days of the week. So what we need to do is just to find how many days to go, like how many days later, how many days ago. Do the division, use the extra day to count the days 1 by 1. Also, this time, we also learned the day of the week. How about the large numbers? We just use the division, right? And then we also learned how can we draw the calendar to find the number of the day. So here are all the things that we learned today, everybody. So for the weekly challenge, you also need to do your homework by the deadline of Thursday, 7 p.m. And then I will see how everybody finished the question, okay? So everybody do your homework, and the homework has already been posted to the WeChat and the WhatsApp group, okay? So everybody, here is all for today's class. Looking forward to see you next week. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everyone.